hall. Okay, so you have defeated the I guess he would be a Northman, or was disguised as a Northman, who was running interference or an alliance with the Easterlings who were in the town. You can see the various carnage here. You'd gone inside the horse hall. That's where you discovered the various notes and things that had indicated a correspondence between this dark agent and agents all the way into Angmar, out into the Easterling camps, and then south into Dagorlad itself. And I will give anyone a fated point if you can tell me the name of the female Black Numenorian who was in Dagorlad.
Maramore.
Yeah, Miramore. That's her name. Yeah, not Karen Theory remembered her name. Yeah, it was a fated trait for you, or a fated point. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Nice.
So yes, Miramore, who was doing her due diligence or whatever in Dagorlad. So, and as you have looked through that, you've come to the front of the hall there, kind of overlooking the carnage. You can see that the area in front of the hall and the bunkhouse is of course littered with the bodies of slain Northmen. Crows have already come in to start picking at those bodies and quarrel over them. And as you kind of look over that, checking the notes and stuff that you have, deciding what to do, you can see moving up the path with a jaunty gait. No, actually, at a good run, a good pace to catch up with you is the Sylvan elf Talsrit, and he walks into the carnage here.
In the hell happened here?
We just murdered a town.
We didn't start it.
Provoked?
Sort of.
Well,
Yeah, good point. We did not start it.
Carrot there pretty much started that.
He was an Easterling.
Oh, this guy wasn't. But he was an agent of something. Remember, you hit him with the
This
secret
guy just
fire.
deserved it.
It burst him into like black energy that looked like crows. Yeah.
This
So
guy just
should I
deserved
assume we're on our way out of town then?
Definitely.
Oh, in haste.
I think we're in it's like a bar, right?
No,
No, it's a great hall.
farm stand.
Yeah, in a ruined city that was once probably great here in the lands of Rovanian, but now was just a little shanty that had been kind of built up in the ruin. And these guys came in and cleared house, and most of the people that were left are fleeing, or too old to flee, or just accepting their fate of death when the Easterlings come back in looking to whoop up on people who killed their agents. So that's kind of the way it is. But you do have 8. There are outside here. There are 8 of these fine Easterling steeds. And Armir asks about to all of you. Can any of you ride? Everybody still looks at their sheet.
No, sir.
I do if I put on my
No.
shoes.
Don't have writing.
I'm a hobbit. That's a big no.
Well, if I remember the rules, you don't have to have riding to be able to like move along on a horse. But if you want to do anything more interesting, you got to have riding.
That is
So
absolutely
yeah. So I can sit on a horse and I can go down a trail.
right. So anybody can, yes, technically ride. But if you try to do anything on the horse, you cannot do anything.
Well, unless he brought a pony, I ain't going nowhere.
Well, you can ride with someone. I feel like somebody, and I could be completely making this up in my head. Somebody has boots of riding, I think.
I do.
There you go.
I have the
So,
boots
yeah.
of balance. I don't know if that would
Right.
help.
So she could put on her high boots, and
Because it gives you like a secondary skill then of riding, doesn't it?
yeah, it either gives you a bonus in riding if you have riding, or gives you I think riding of 5 or something. So yeah, you could definitely tool around on a steed. Armir can ride. You can see he goes over and kind of calms the horses there. He obviously has a very great affinity with steeds, and seems to know a lot about they're gearing them up, taking care of them, calming them down, or so forth. So obviously, you spent some time around steeds just by the way that you see him working with them. But otherwise, nobody else has the ability to ride. So you might want to do probably the dwarf, and
Dwarf and
certainly the
Milo.
halfling would have to be on horseback with someone. You can decide who those people are, but everyone else can kind of hum a few bars because you're big enough to ride a horse. But you're
I think one of them should probably then be with Aramir, since he does have the skill. So it's less negatives for us.
right, and Enzo technically has a skill with those boots. So
So maybe
if,
that's it.
yeah, Dromer, if you want to ride with Armir, you could ride with him.
That works for me.
Yeah, and then
Like, you can
Milo,
have
you
one.
can ride with Enzel. But actually, Enzel, you've got an NPC.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
That is true. Who
So
probably
halfling-
doesn't know how to ride.
Put the halfling with Talazut or Karen through.
You can see she is actually she was born in Ravanian. She absolutely knows
Oh.
how to ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she
So
doesn't
she
need to
can
sit
pick
with
her
me if
own.
she doesn't need to.
So yeah, if you give her a horse, she can
Mhm.
ride it. Yeah, so Milo could still go with Enzel. Does that work for you,
Yeah.
Milo?
That's the only way to get anywhere in Rovanium is be able to have a horse. You're not
Horse,
walking
yeah.
anywhere.
It's a wide
Sounds
open.
good to me.
Okay. Well, you gear up. That would mean that there are 7 of those horses. I'm sorry, that's not true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those horses would be occupied. You could take the other 3 with you if you wanted to have them as backup horses or carrying equipment. You did get a little bit of gold and stuff. You could pack them on to some of them and amongst these 2 houses, right? A couple hundred, I think. And
Yeah, we got a decent amount. We got 320 silver and 140 gold.
Yeah,
We
that's-
got we got 390 gold and 820 silver.
wow.
Oh, total.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wrote down from the last one.
Yeah, so you guys would have to bag that up and obviously post it onto one of the steeds, but you could do so. And then use some of those as pack animals if you want to take some of the food out of the hall and so forth and pack those up. You can see Armir gets them all secured, picks the horses that he thinks he wants to carry those, and otherwise provides the least spirited steeds to Talazrit and Caranthir, just because it's harder for them to obviously control the steeds. But yeah, and then Farah, says, shall I carry your blade, milady?
I'd rather keep my blade with me, I think.
As you wish. But yeah, so you guys can obviously move out from here. Then you kind of have a decision to make. I think I know the decision, but it's obviously up to you. You've got various ways that you can go here. You could, if you've been thwarted by this, you could always head north, going toward Dale and up the river running, toward Erebor. If you were just like, I don't know, this is looking kind of crazy, you could obviously continue on your way toward Rhun, going directly to the east through the heart of Ravanian. Or if you are intrigued at all with this Marimore, you could head south into the Brownlands and toward Dagorlad. But again, it's up to you which way your travels will take you.
I don't know how Enzo feels, but I like the idea of taking on one of the minions of the Witch King. So
I mean, she doesn't feel great, but she'll do it.
Well, that we don't need to take a direct route if we're being watched the way that it is.
So your thought process is then Caranthir to push south and try to find this agent and put an end to her.
because it sounds like she's not, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, she's not too far.
I mean, it's a few hundred miles, but yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, you have to go across the Brown Lands and then into Dagorlad. But yeah, I mean,
Because I
Pretty
remember
far
too,
on
you were
horseback.
I
yeah,
remember you were saying too that like for us to get across the Rhun is just it's just Easterling City, Easterling City, Easterling City, Easterling. And we're just gonna get our asses handed to us crossing there.
right. So yeah, so the point is, yeah, so you're right. If you're looking like straight across, you assume if that's all Eastern land, it could be Eastern. If you go south, you go into Mordor and Dagorland. So I don't know which is better for you. I mean, you're not going into Mordor, obviously, but you're getting closer to it. That's that south,
And then we could take like a sort of like a northeast route to the Sea
right,
of
up
Rhun.
under Rune, yeah, and try to
Yeah,
get in.
instead of just
Obviously,
going
that's
straight
all
across it.
instead of going straight across, which would probably it could throw people off too, because they're assuming you're going to beeline it, right? You're trying to get to
Mhm.
Rune. You're not going to go to Mordor, you're like
Mhm.
you're like the halflings. You're like Frodo. He wouldn't
No
walk
one
into
expects us to go to Mordor.
right. Yeah.
I mean, if we go around next to the Ash Mountains and have that on one side, then we can't be ambushed from that side, probably, because I doubt anything's coming over those mountains. So
Right.
we'd at least be safe on one side, and then come up from
unless
there.
orcs pour out of those mountains. I mean, obviously they're.
Yeah, who knows?
I think those
Not
all
me.
those would probably have orcs in them at this point, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
I feel like the northern border there, Mordor, yeah, that's probably one of their least concerns.
Right, because typically they would only have Easterlings to the north of, and they're not worried about Easterlings, right? Because
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
so.
it would be unguarded for the most part.
Simon absolutely agrees. He knows all of the geography.
Totally know what you're talking about.
I'm looking.
I'm just
I'm
trying to
looking at
get
a
this
map.
horse under control. I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Right. So I think
Easterlings.
Mark's got his atlas in hand. Yeah, there's that'll pay for itself here.
Well,
Is this
and
the part where the dwarves get in the barrel and go down the river?
That's the river running. Yeah, that's where you're going.
Well, it's funny because like
Not those
Actually,
dwarves.
that's the forest river, I think, down into the river running.
but being gamers like our age, like that was the first fantasy map we studied to like I know every nook and cranny of that friggin' map since I was like in junior high.
I suppose I don't know when I saw that map for the first time. Yeah,
Mine was
there's
in the Silmarillion.
yeah, but I mean, if I studied a map first, what would my map have been, Mark? Tell me what my first big fantasy map was.
Probably Greyhawk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Greyhawk.
Yeah.
I
Greyhawk
studied
was right
backwards
there.
forward,
Yeah,
very
but-
similar.
Mine was probably from The Hobbit, way back
Yeah.
when my older brother used to read it to me when I was the real tiny kid. So.
I think I was
Yeah, but-
Icewind Dale.
Ooh,
Mm.
yeah, I think that was mine
Druids,
too.
Do'Urden.
That's the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
You know, the most interesting thing about, I've told this before, but I'll tell it again. So I got Forgotten Realms when it was released, obviously like 88, 87. Got it, brought it home. And then, you know, a year and a half, 2 years later, R.A. Salvatore comes out with, you know, his first trilogy, or it was actually just his first book, but
I
nevertheless,
hate his guts.
I know you do, but Icewind Dale is in it. And so you look on the map, it's not there, right? In my map. But if you look on any map post 89 of the Forgotten Realms, it's there. But mine is pre because he just wrote about something that didn't exist. He just
Right.
made it. But then they put it into lore. Yeah. So my maps on my old box set does not have Icewind Dale on.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's way up on the world spine.
Yeah, it's way the hell up there.
Like the
north
map,
of
the map
Sword-
stops in that corner. So like,
Right.
yeah.
Sword Coast up there in that direction, you know. Yeah, there you have. Yeah. Stacy put up the map. If anyone needs it, there you can see where we are and where we're trying to get to and where you're going down.
Yeah, that's pretty much the one I'm using.
Jesus.
That's got all the notes on it too.
Yeah, it's really fun to read.
There's Dagorlad. Yeah, so you have just come out of Mirkwood there in Rovanian. So you're basically trying to go through the wildlands, which is really the brown lands. Also they're going toward Dagorlad, the Black Swan. All right. So you will head then south, maybe south a little bit to the east, but mostly south moving at some speed, almost immediately, everyone begins to feel incredibly saddle sore. Nothing more painful than being on a horse if you're not used to it. But so you try to suffer through that as much as you can. Even if you have riding, it doesn't matter. You just got to get used to it. But nevertheless, so you're kind of on stop and go, walking it off, doing the best you can as you move south into.
Is this like, are we trying to sneak, or could I play music while we went?
You could probably play some kind of music. I mean, you're going to go into quote unquote enemy lands, but it's mostly desolate lands here. So I don't know that anybody would be complaining about it. You're not aware of anybody on your tail at this moment.
Now, would that be like something like beyond that I would need actual horse riding to do, like to play a lute while I
Or
rode?
play and ride. Ooh.
Play and ride? Or should, because if it is, I'll just sing.
Yeah, you'll probably just sing. Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's probably
So I
harder
sing a tale of our adventures. The people we've met along the way, the monsters we've killed, and just try to generally make everyone sound super heroic.
Super heroic. All right. Yeah,
Yes, big damn
The dwarf in
heroes.
his glass jaw.
and you continue those tales as the day moves on. You finally come to nightfall on that first day, and you can see first one off their horse once you're looking to draw up a camp is Farah, and you can see she immediately rushes to Enzil's steed where she can help her down, get her bedroll, start prepping stuff for her.
What a sweetheart.
Try to get
I
her
wanna
something.
get me one of these.
Get your own.
That's good work if you can get one of those.
And she seems to quite dote over the lady Enzil as you guys are all getting your stuff together. And again, you kind of have to walk it off of the everything else. You can see once Farah has Enzil settled, you can see she moves over to assist Armir with the horses, and he because he is taking care of the horses. You can see they speak a bit, but you can't hear really what they're talking about as they go over the horse care.
Drummer's gonna walk it off and kind of walk out and maybe set a trap line for some rabbits or something like that.
Oh, in the evening? Okay, make your trapping.
That is
Some
a 2.
ponies.
Got it.
All right.
Get some conies.
Yeah. You'll have to run that line probably in the morning. But you will have captured some things for morning or for breakfast for sure. You'll be able to prepare those, and you have survival to prep that. Didn't you cook us a meal once and it was like the best meal ever? I don't know.
Yeah, he rolled like a 1 on that roll.
Yeah,
Right,
it was
delicious.
He had a good meal. And you can see once Farah comes over to take a seat with Enzil in the evening, you can see she seems quite taken with Armir, saying he is quite handsome, is he not, lady?
So they say. So they say.
So they say. He does have the dangerous beauty.
You and your damn dangerous beauties.
Yeah, I love the dangerous beauties. But nevertheless, so she asks you some questions about him, what you know about him, and during the course of the time when you give her whatever answers you can about him, you can see that she admits to you that he told her that he's a farrier, or he was in his youth, in Dorwin Rim, or Dorwinia, as the case may be. but just as an interesting side note.
So he definitely knows his horses.
Yep. But
many
nevertheless,
days-
you guys.
How many
What?
days have passed since we like the last session? Would I like? I'm still marked
Many.
as 4 wounds, but
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we had to walk all the way out of Mirkwood, which took days. But anyway.
okay.
So you sleep that evening, probably have some kind of watch set, but don't get any incursions here. I will give Karen Thier, I'll let you make an awareness for me, because you're
Okay.
probably one of the people that's on watch because you don't really sleep, kind of like Talsrit, while the humans and the dwarves and everybody and the halfling. The halfling is the first one down. He's out. He eats and he's
That's
out.
right.
I got a 3 and my awareness is 9.
Okay. You do see a
What do my
in the,
elven eyes see?
in the course of the evening, you do
Every
see
time.
what you would probably identify as bats do move through the night around the area that you're in. But
Mirkwood bats are huge.
These bats flying around.
yeah, Mirkwood's yeah, they one of the things that people don't, I mean, bats are kind of a big deal in Tolkien's bestiary. Actually, there's all kinds of bats, but anyway, yeah, especially out here. But nevertheless, you do make note of that during the course of the evening. But again, you're not pestered in any way by them. And when morning comes, one of the first people up is Dromer, who goes and runs his line, brings in some conies. And you can see Farah comes over to insist that she helps make the ladies' meal, breakfast along with you. But you can still make your survival check, where she will make her.
I won't deny any help.
Yeah, she'll make a cooking check and makes it with a 3.
She did better than I did. I had a 5, so
All right. You can see she seems quite intimidated by you, even though she insists that she makes it. So you note that she does a couple things differently in preparing her coney for the lady. And you see that they're quite intriguing, the way that she's done it. And you could mimic that if you want to, or just cook it the way you want to cook it. But anyway, she's got a couple of interesting techniques, and you can see that she has a bag on her that looks like probably she got it from the horse hall when you guys went in and basically looted that out. And you can see she's got some spices and stuff in there that she's putting on it as well. And the
I'll
ladies
just make a comment. I like how you do that, Miss Liz or Lass. Very well.
All right. You can see she's still she takes the compliment kind of embarrassingly, but still a little bit intimidated by you. Remember you like marched up on her in the bar. Remember you came
I want to drink.
like, demanded something of her, and she was yeah, so she's not too sure about the dwarf. But anyway, then she brings Insel her breakfast and fusses over her, making sure that the lady has slept well. She didn't have any issues. She need her sword sharpened or clean or oiled, anything like that. Anything mended, darned, she can take care of this thing. But yeah, she's basically fairly fervent in her care. Before you're all able to saddle up again, as much as you do not want to get on these fucking horses this morning, because you're still hurting. But you're gonna have to do it nonetheless.
You can have
there's like
medicine, some kind of a balm or something.
right.
I don't have any butt paste.
You can see the
Diaper
halfling has
rash
2,
ointment.
Yep.
the halfling, he's put 2 bedrolls on the back of Armir's steed that he sits on to give him some cushion.
That's right.
He knows how to travel in style. And you set off again. You're trying to hum through a new dirge this afternoon, or the morning, as you're taking in the prairie around you. And never before have you seen such wide open spaces. uh, agoraphobic. You're almost a little agoraphobic because you're so used to being under the eaves. Not, I mean, it's not full blown or anything, but this is just like, wow. But that's for Talos Rip. But otherwise, you're
I'm
trying to
looking
take
for
that
a
in
hole
as
in the ground to dive into.
Milo needs a nice hole. And this just gets to be a little intimidating, but the winds tend to change a little bit in the afternoon. And Armir holds up a few times. Everyone else kind of taking in the area around before you're fairly certain that you catch a scent on the wind, and in that standpoint, within the next half an hour or so, you begin to see across one of the towards, I would say, from the east, northeast, coming in your direction, are horsemen moving at speed, obviously faster than you would want to urge your horses without a good proper training.
I'm gonna prep my bow.
I say we dismount and form a little perimeter around the horses.
Or within the horses.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if
Horses
you're on,
make a perimeter around us.
Oh, that's
if you're
true. They
on,
wouldn't kill the horses.
you think
Yeah,
they
they
all
don't
have
care.
it.
That would make it easier for them to kill us. So yeah, they would kill the horses because then we couldn't run.
You're right. Nevertheless, yeah, because you cannot fight on horseback unless you're Enzel or Armir or Farah, but she's not fighting on anything. You can see she looks ashen when she sees them, easily identifying their banners flying as Easterling in their cut of the banner that flies from one of the horses. But you're able to dismount in an area that you think has, is good fighting ground, a little bit raised. You can put the horses toward the middle or tether them on something that you can find, rocks or something there. You can see the horses that you have, they're Easterling trained. Army are giving them a command and they stay. They stay. Like they know they've
not
been
afraid of
trained for
battle.
this. Yeah. But nevertheless, you can take up that and make any other outward prep as you desire.
Got the
You can
sword
do the
out.
Conan, dun, 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 you put the arrows down in front of
Arrows in the
so
sand.
you can do the heroic hail. Yeah.
Lay in the weapons where you can grab them each.
I'll have the
Right.
crossbow dialed in with my
Ready.
battle axe ready to go.
Yeah, that's one of the new rules I put in, Joe. It's called fire and forget, which is firing a heavy
Drop
weapon
it.
and just discarding it. Does not cost you the extra round because you're not reloading. That would be the same with using a rocket launcher and RPG. Yeah, you can just fire it and throw it. And Mark, we are also doing light weapons get 2 attacks, just so you know.
Hey, all right.
So we're trying this. So your short bow would get 2 attacks, nevertheless. All right. But yeah, you can prep in that standpoint. You can see they come within range of being able to see you, get a good view, and you can see then they break apart. You counting them out, you see there are 14 of them. 7 of them move into a position that looks very similar to a firing line from horseback, and the others move down at speed with lances and spears, and are coming into the little bit of a lull before the rise that you're on, to make a charge into your ranks. So you can see the bows that the people take in the line are the heavy recurves that are known for the Easterlings. They're nasty bowmen, and they have good range. So, and they're very deadly from horseback. So just keep that in mind. But we'll, unless there's anything else that you're looking to do, you can roll your neck. Of course, you've got an elven longbow from the Greenwood, so you
Keep
can
that
you
in
can
mind, he says.
you can play with them. So yeah, they're not expecting this hail that's going to come down on them, I'm sure. So let me get our points in here. What are you doing with Farah, Inzel?
I think I'm gonna have her just keep an eye on the horses.
Okay.
So have her move back a little bit. Just, so nothing can sneak around the back and take our horses,
Okay.
leave us stranded.
I will do as the lady wishes, but I hate to leave your side.
Oh, well, better back there than up here.
All right. Everyone else has blades or anything else, I guess, drawn. Your short bow is not going to make the range requirement to hit the bowman, Milo, but you can certainly
Okay.
fire into the charge, obviously, of the the lancers that are coming down upon you. So we'll roll for a knit.
I got a 7 + 3 is 10.
Okay. Talsrit.
8.
Okay. Caranthir.
9.
Inzil.
7.
10.
7.
7. Dromer.
13.
13. And Armir. It's got a 8. The Lancers, they get 10s. As they thunder down upon you with a greater speed than you would have thought as they urge their horses forward. But the bowmen look to have paused up on the hill, I guess, ready to see what happens amongst the scrum, as they only get 3s. So first person to go, it's going to be Dromer. You can't get the bowman with your heavy crossbow. It's more
Close
set
range.
to a closer range for
Alright.
piercing. But and
Actually-
obviously, you do a heavy crossbow does -2 to their DT and -2 to their WT.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice.
That is a 5 to hit. So I beat it by 2. Plus the
Plus the 2 that you take off.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get just goes right into shunk.
debating just shooting the horse.
How many are charging into us currently?
7.
7 and 7 is 14 plus 9.
14 plus
23.
9?
Yeah,
What's your +9 for?
it's 7, 7, 9. 3 dice.
Oh, for 3. Oh, yeah. There you go.
So
Yeah.
23.
Yeah,
Plus-
you blast him right off the saddle.
Drop it and-
tumbles away.
Drop it and grab my battle axe.
Yeah, with quick, you can do that without a problem.
Yep.
Next person to go is going to be Milo at 10, and then the charge.
Okay. First shot is a 7, which is. Do
Yeah,
they
with
have
2
any
D-
DT?
They have 2 DT, Mark.
That misses then. Second shot though is a 5, which will hit, and that's D10 plus 2. 7 plus 2 is 9 points.
That's a wound. Ugh. Caught him in a shoulder. And then the charge strikes. Bang. We'll see who goes here. First one is going after Milo. That's the one you hit. That's funny. Second one wants Caranthir. Third one wants Inzil. Lady, watch out! So far. Yeah, so that I'm not gonna go to. There's not gonna. We'll see. Gosh, oh my god, that's like 6 of them wanted Milo, but I'm not allowing more than one. Talsrit. Well, there's 6 of them, so I'm just gonna take one on everybody. That's easy. Instead of all Dromer and Armor. Okay. Look at that first. And the one on Milo. A 1.
Of course.
As the lance
I
comes
was waiting for it.
It's not a
Wasn't-
critical,
Like it was unexpected, right?
but on the charge, he does extra damage. So, and he does 24 points. He barrels through you,
Ouch.
Yeah, that's hurtful.
spins you out of the way. The next one wants Caranthir. A 3. gonna hit, I believe.
Or DT.
It's a 4 to hit you. As it clashes into your stupid armor for 15 points. I'm not sure if you take that or not.
I do take that.
Inzil, an 8 misses you. You slide out of the way. Thanks to the urgings of Farah, you saw that coming. The next one is
I
Talzrid.
like her.
He's trying to bear down on his bow, trying to hit these bowmen, not watching. And I get a 1 against it. Oof, no critical. But he does 17, 19, 22 points.
That is 1 or 2. That's just 1.
Yeah, you're tough. And
Damn
Jerome,
close.
1. Holy mother.
God.
God, no crit. This I've got this green die that I got from it's an apocalypse die. It's but man, is it nasty.
Apparently it's even.
17, 18, 22.
Note to self: make Scott's
One.
green dice disappear next time.
That's rough. 4 against
Gee, I don't know
armor.
what happened to that dice, Scott.
Here. And it hits me for that's a wound. Ah! Armor takes 1 as they come barreling through your line. And then the next person to go is Karen Field. Oh, staggers away from the blow.
So they're attacking us with lances.
Lances, spears, yeah.
I'm gonna do a heavy shatter on his lance, the guy on me.
Okay, nice.
Make the casting. I don't think there's any negatives,
And a heavy will destroy it. It's not magic, so it doesn't get a save.
but cool.
You can see it explodes. Ah, he spins
I have
around,
to find something
Grab-
else to hit me with now.
grabbing at a scimitar at his side, but that'll take him an action to get it out. Next person to go is Talzrit. Are you firing at the guy that's above you now with his horse? Or are you foregoing that and trying to get a heroic hail on your the bowman?
Are they still all lined up?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna sort of I took my hit and did my best to roll with it. It was hard, but I rolled away and kind of try to come up a little bit distant from the guy on the horse.
Right.
And then
Give
draw
him
a bead on
1-4.
those bowmen. How many are there?
Mhm.
7.
As the arrows start to fly faster than any of them have ever seen somebody. Well, I'm
That's
sure
right.
their greatest arrowmen probably could do that, but yeah, you're pretty quick.
So I have
Simon, you know what other fated trait I put in? 2
Yeah.
arrows, 1 shot.
Yes.
I was like, Simon really wanted 2 arrows, 1 shot.
yes,
That's a fated trait.
the
Yeah,
double shot. I love it.
2 arrows.
That's in
All
the
right.
that's in the back of the troll's head.
You're right.
That's fantastic. But I don't have that right now. I only have the heroic hail, so that's okay.
Yeah.
So I have to get what's their wound threshold or their defensive threshold?
2.
Okay,
So
so
you
I'm
need
good.
7s is what you're basically trying.
Yeah.
So you got 7 rolls, 7 or less. So we'll take them all. Let's roll to attack first, and then
Okay.
we'll roll damages for anyone you hit. So let's.
Gotcha. So that was a
So
1.
Okay. Roll to see if you
Okay, I'll-
confirm it.
Yeah. 10. No.
So no, it's just a normal hit. Okay. Second one.
Second guy, also a 1,
See,
Nice.
you're on.
but I got an 8.
That's like me. I hit the ones, but I couldn't get confirms.
4,
Still hits.
10 is a miss.
Okay.
6,
Hit.
4
Hit. Last
was
one.
the last one, right? 4.
Okay. All but 1.
6 out of 7.
Nice.
Arrows go whistling out. That's 7 of from your quiver, just so keep that in mind. But
Yeah.
you'll get all the rolls.
Okay, I gotta find my other D10. Okay, so we have 10. Oh wait, +1, so 11 on the first guy.
That's 2d10, right?
Yeah, I rolled a
Okay.
10 and a 1.
All right, that's 1 wound. That's fine.
Second one is 12,
Okay, wound.
14,
Wound.
13,
Wound. Crap. Okay.
Jesus, 13.
Okay.
Shitty rolls. 15. Is that it?
That's
Six.
a win. That's all of them. Yep.
Wounded
All
them
right.
all.
So a
wounded 'em
bunch of
all.
them rock back in their saddles and hopefully miss their shots.
Arrows go
Parenthere's
flying out.
Parenthere's standing there like Elrond at the last alliance of elves and men when the arrows are flinging by
Watch
his
his hair
ears.
blowing
Yeah,
up.
his hair's flying as the arrows are going by.
But it's just one dude.
Next person to go is Armir. He'll attack the one on him, swinging Aeglian as he does so. 1. That die was hot as fire. Ooh. 3. Hey, there, I'll confirm
Hey,
my
there
own.
we go.
dice. And an 8, which is plus
Ooh,
2d10, so 4d10 on that's good.
Dang.
Yeah, he's effed. I cut him down.
Dodge this.
I dodged this. I think I did 31 points. Knocks him off his horse. And the last person to go is Enzo.
Cool. Let's see. I'm gonna go on the one on me and
Are
just
you
put
doing
some
anything
fire.
special? Keep that in mind.
No, just doing some fire with the sword.
Well, fire is
So,
special.
Well,
Is it?
fire is special, I
Yes.
guess.
That's one
Especially when it's
CCV.
coming out of a sword.
Rolled a 7. 7 to hit.
Okay.
That does right.
What you need. Yeah.
Uh, 7, 9, 4. So that's 18.
15.
18.
That is a wound.
18.
18.
I don't think that's
Is
gonna
it
matter.
18?
But...
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said 18.
Oh, that kills him.
Oh,
2
okay,
wounds.
cool.
He's
I'll take
dead.
it.
The fire. He falls off his steed, flaming. Good shot, lady, says Farah. She cheers. She
And
cheers.
she's got your own cheerleader. Push him back, way
Take that, you
Way back.
Easterling
Get her some
dog.
pom-poms.
The Lady of Fire cannot be defeated so easily. The next person to go then, I believe, are the bowmen. You can see the leader of the bowmen. He calls for a return volley against the elf. Kill that elf. You see all these black arrows.
He's
We're gonna
got
start-
their guys in there too, though.
We're gonna start calling you pincushion.
What do I need to hit? What's your DT?
3.
3, so I need 4s. Hit twice on 5. I get 2 more. Only twice, but one of them is a 1. No confirmed, so it hits you twice. First
take
one,
this?
8 points. That's low, probably nothing.
Yeah, that doesn't do it.
And the second one, 18 points, double 9s.
1. So I'm at 2 wounds total.
Now, do the
They return the volley
misses
against
have a
you.
chance to hit the one guy?
Yeah.
No, they
Got
do
it right
not.
in the knee.
It's like firing into
Ah,
combat.
took an arrow to the
Okay.
knee.
Now take their
I-
arrows and fire them back. 3 arrows.
That's
Next
right.
person to go. Next person to go. We go top of the order, I guess, which is Dromer. You do have a guy on you. He's wheeling around his spear, looking to stab you.
Oh no, we're taking the battle axe to him. That is a 4 to hit.
Okay.
4, 9 and 1. So that's 10, 15 points.
15 is 1 wound. Sparks fly off his banded armor as you slash him with your axe. Next person to go is Milo.
Milo. Who's going to, of course, shoot his arrows into this guy.
There's 2.
That misses. 6, and that hits with the 2.
Ah.
So 10 plus 2, 7 plus 2, 9 more points.
That kills him.
Nice.
He falls off his steed. Two halfling arrows in him. Theirs. The guy against Karathir draws his scimitar. Shing, wheels his horse around. makes an Easterling curse at you for destroying his lance. Next person to go then is the one on Talosrit. He tries to spear you as his horse skips around the arrows in the ground around you and misses you with a 10. Next person to go is the one on Dromer. He tries to spear you. 9. Nope. And then we go Caranthir.
Okay, and I'll attack mine. And I'll put in a point of air.
Air.
4 will hit.
Yeah.
Ugh. 11 and 5. What is that? 16? 16.
16. 9 and 8. 16's a wound. Okay. Then Talsrit.
So I can't, can I do that again?
They're not in combat, so you can do that again. Yeah. As long as you've got the arrows to fire.
I do. I mean, I haven't been counting how many I've been making, but we did like 9 a night before. But I don't have any more arrowheads, so I think I'm at the end because I can only go by when I can buy arrowheads, right?
But you got arrows sitting in front of you.
Right. But there are a lot of arrows.
Yeah, I mean,
here.
I'll pick up any arrows that I can, and I've got 18 of my own.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
How badass. He like pulls them out of his thigh and shoots it
Fires
back.
them back.
Right out of the knee. That's
These
exactly it.
jackasses.
Pull
All
it
right.
off.
Well, there's how many left? They're all there still, right? All
They're
7
all
of them
there. Yeah.
lined up like little fucking good little Nazguls.
Okay.
All right. That's a 6 is a hit.
Okay.
Another 6 is a hit.
Okay.
4 is a hit.
Okay.
3 is a hit.
Gosh.
7 is a hit.
Yep.
That's 5. 3 is another hit. That's 6. And 4 is a hit. That's all 7 of them.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
Damage.
Releasing my air, taking my arrows off my list. I'm down to 11. Okay. That was 12 points on that one. 13 on that one.
Okay.
13 on the third one.
Okay.
8 on the fourth one.
Okay.
Sucked. 11 on the fifth one.
Okay.
10 on the sixth one.
Okay.
And 12 on the seventh one.
They're all dead, but one who has no wounds. He never took a wound.
Yes.
It's that one lucky son of a bitch.
He's one.
They're all-
He
they're all
just
back in that
watched
line,
the
they're
rest
just
of
all-
the Magnificent Six fucking fall over.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
All right. And then it is Armir. He's gonna try to jump the one. He has, does he? He has athletics. You can see he makes a jump with his athletics and gets it with a 4. He leaps onto the back of the horse that the guy attacking Talazar is in and puts his blade through him. And
I thank you, my friend. Now I can focus on the task at hand.
and he kills him. He slides off the horse. And then he wheels around on that steed. There's only 3 of them left. 1 bowman and 2 regular guys. Inzil, you don't have any on you currently. There's one on Caranthir wounded and one on Dromer that's wounded.
Let's go with the one on Karen there.
Okay. He moves
Put
across
some
the hilltop.
fire into
and
that
takes a
too.
swing at him.
Okay, that's a 5. Six. 19. Well, like 20, 21, 22, 23, technically.
Killed him. He falls off, but leaving only the one on Dromer left, who is actually the next. Well, actually, it's the bowman who's unwounded. He sees the writing on the wall and spurs his horse away at a full gallop.
Don't even turn around.
And then it is Dromer's.
There. That is a 7 to hit.
Okay.
For 12, 17 points.
Killed him. And down he goes. And you can see that there is a milling dead horses. Some of them ran off. Some of them are still around. But nevertheless, the field is clear.
I
Do
want
these
that
guys-
last one.
You say you need
Take game.
far shot.
No way
It's
you live.
Probably a negative, but
No way.
It's a negative, but you can probably take it.
Yeah,
take
if you
it.
put it, I would say he's probably, by the time he's done, he's going to be at whatever your extreme range is. So you'd be at -3 to hit him. So you're -5 overall. So you need a 4 or less to hit him.
All right, here we go.
Well, hold on.
But-
You're because that is a modifier, not a DT. So the modifier is -3. What's your TS?
It doesn't matter. I rolled an 8. So
Okay, that's gonna
it's
miss.
gonna miss him regardless.
my TS is 11 though.
Right. So 11, that'd be 10, 9, 8, then minus the 2, 6. Yeah, you need
6.
this.
No, I missed. I wasted an arrow. Oh well.
Well, you got some
How
black
many
ones
arrows
there,
do I
but
collect though from all those?
You can get a full quiver, whatever your full quiver rate is. I don't know how many arrows you carry. You can't carry 200 arrows. So
No, 24 was where I was sort of maxing out.
yeah, that's fine.
Two,
And
two dozen.
You're back to 2 dozen. You're going to collect the best you can. And what you could probably get another 2 dozen good heads if you snapped
Okay.
them off the arrows, and then you could
That's
recraft
awesome.
them yourself at a later date.
Definitely.
I got stabbed.
well, I got
Lady.
a feeling
Shove. Milo gets shoved out of the way. Lady, are you all right? Shoves
probably ought
Milo.
to get moving.
Can I
'cause
make
that
a
one-
criminal to trip her?
Oh,
Just shoved.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm,
wait, back.
I'm all right.
All right, you can see that the banner these guys had, it obviously is different than the other one. You can see this one looks like some kind of black lion type of symbol upon them. You can mark that down if you want to. I know you're collecting houses of Easterlings here,
Yeah.
Karen Thier. But yeah, nevertheless, you can get back up on your horses and try to make time here as you do so. But I think both Milo and Armor took a point of damage.
so
I think
drop
yeah.
it.
most of-
Two.
you might-
I think
you might make
everybody
some
did.
healing rolls
Yeah.
before. Yeah, I think the only person that didn't was Enzel. I think she's the only one that didn't get hurt. That's
Okay,
rare.
so who's
Yeah.
going first?
That never happens.
Let's do Milo first.
You get 2, Milo.
Okay, Talsrid,
Woohoo.
2.
5, you're good.
Dromer,
2, you're good.
okay, Armir.
Armir. 10. I always get 1.
Ouch.
It's all
And
right.
then,
He's only at 1 wound. Karen Thier.
Yeah, I'm just at 1 wound. And a 10, so we're both still at 1 wound.
You ran out of juice there at the end of looking
Yep.
after people. All right. So you move on with some haste. As you do so, you begin to see brewing off in the distance a dark gathering of clouds. And birds pass in mass about an hour in, as the storm continues to gather and move with great speed toward you. Eventually, overtaking you with a
Aw, man.
heavy rain and soddening wind that whips at you, at your cloaks, and making the earth very porous upon the prairie, and also creating thousands of small rivulets that pass through the rather flat land. As the storm rages, you're all fairly hard pressed before your awareness will pick up a funnel that begins to form close to you.
Oh shit.
Cool.
And you can see Armir calls it a tornado. And says, we must move at speed.
Which is gonna mean
and
writing checks.
So everyone will need to make a writing check. Now,
Oh,
obviously, anyone that's doing a writing, you have a 3, you only have a 3 or less, unless you have the skill. But he begins to press you at speed, trying to get you away from it. And both Inzil and Caranthir feel a pressure or presence of a malvoyance in this thing, as it almost tracks your running.
It's
As if
unnatural.
something is urging it on.
You mean
Mhm.
malevolent?
A malevolence. Yes.
Cool.
Uh,
Rolled a
You
2 on my
want-
writing.
do
okay,
the
so
boots of balance help me with riding at all? It's an
no,
acrobatics bonus.
no.
Okay.
That's only for you moving around online. It doesn't help you stay on the horse necessarily, because the boots aren't even touching the ground. Yeah.
Figured it couldn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, true enough. Okay, so first person to go. Well, I mean, obviously, but I just need to know who gets. So Milo doesn't have to make one. He's with Armir.
Yeah,
Talonsrit.
the dwarf doesn't have to either, right?
Yeah, I
That's
thought
right.
I was with Armir and
Yeah,
Milo
you're
was
with Inzel. Sorry.
Yeah.
So 3 or better?
Yep.
Nope. 8.
Okay.
Yay!
Caranthir.
4. Just missed it.
Okay. Inzel, you got a 5 or less.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. And Armir. He rolled it too. So you move. That's round 1. As you can see, Armir is calling you on, spurring you on, trying to get people to go. Ooh, I get Farah. Ooh, she didn't make it either, and she's a pretty good writer. She got a 10. You can see she falls back into that. Anyone who failed it takes a wound of damage, as does their horse, from whipping debris and stuff coming up into it. The horses whine, whinny, and as you try to move forward. And unfortunately, because Farah missed it, and she's only a light NPC, you can see she is gone. She disappears into the
Oh
dark.
no.
Then we need round 2.
Bye.
All right, lady.
Uh,
Unless you want to spend your
Inzel's just like, you guys hear that?
what was that? Should probably go back and get her, honestly.
What's that?
I said I should probably go back and make sure she's all right.
Oh, she's dead.
She's probably dead, but I need to make sure.
Talazrit is keenly aware of Inzel's decision.
If you see her struggle, you can turn your horse around, but you'll take the damage, and so will Milo. What's it doing? Is it Milo on the back of your horse?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, he is.
So okay, so you take a wound. Milo takes a wound.
Okay.
She's got
but-
a t-shirt on that says, if you can read this, the Hobbit fell off.
Right. And you get her, you can see she's slumped on the horse. The horse has not given up its ghost yet, though, but you can take a hold of the horse and move with her and try to get her through. But you guys
Okay.
both take a wound for that.
Okay.
As does your horse. And the horses only have 2 wounds, so just keep that in mind. So next round we'll go Talsrid again.
6. Nope.
Down goes you and your horse, unless you fade it. The next person to go is Caranthir. Or Caranthir's gone. We've lost Caranthir.
Oh no.
The wind took him. Poor Caranthir, he's gone.
Way to commit to the role, though, Brent.
What?
Caranthir's
Exactly.
gone. The tornado took him. He's no longer.
Well, I haven't rolled yet.
I'd say you were out of the screen. It must have taken.
Oh,
All right. So Karen theory, do you need to roll?
Okay. 3.
Hey, good.
Just got it.
Inzil?
8.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You might want
Uh-oh.
yeah, that's bad because that's you and the horses going down. And Armir, whoops, Armir makes it as you guys are pulling against it. So you'll have to make a decision. Talazrit missed it, and so did Enzel. So you'll have to make fated rolls, or you're now on the ground, which means you move at less speed, which means you have to spend more time inside this tornado.
I only have 2 faded points, so I'm not gonna try it.
So he's you go down here, you have to struggle through.
I'm gonna save that where something tries to actually like murder me.
Right. And then Insel, are you gonna spend them? Or actually Milo could too.
How
It's up
is
to you guys.
I have
Farah's horse?
7.
Do you want to try it? Somebody? Yes, no, maybe so.
I only have 4, so I'm gonna hold off on that.
Okay.
Hang on, let me look. I have 10. I will try it.
Okay. 3. That's not bad.
It took me down to where I thought I was.
So Milo's luck somehow gets you into a small gully as you just as debris goes flying past you. And we'll have a final roll. You can see Armir is dismounted, and you can see there's in one of the small raised hills, he's found an inlet that goes into some kind of cave. He's move as the
I'll
wind
get the,
continues to blow.
Get the
Then we'll
lantern
go
out.
Talazrit. However, you don't even see this. You're just trying to follow along the gully. And so, but you're moving at speed, but you take a wound instantly. So you took a wound last time, you took a wound this round. That's 3.
Wait, 3?
Ooh.
Yeah, because you haven't made one yet. Well, this
Yeah,
is the
so I
third
took-
round
Oh, I just take one automatically?
automatically because you're not on a horse. You're moving slow.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
You can't get out. Oh, you're struggling against the wind, trying to move against it. Karen Thier?
Come on, baby. 4. God damn it.
You take a wound, your horse dies, but you're
2 4s.
but you are at the area, so you can struggle your way in. Understand what I'm saying? But you don't get in before
Yeah.
you took. Inzil?
8.
Those are not good rolls. You can
No.
see everything. You fall. Everyone tumbles off their horses. Everyone takes a wound. And but you guys you're able to make it inside as well. I'm gonna need what's your most powerful I want to say drug, but it's
Herb,
herb. Yeah.
salve.
There's nothing particularly more powerful than anything else. Burn.
Do you have
I've
any
got
of those
one-
roots
I've-
left
I've-
we can chew?
Yeah, the cloves. I've got 3 of those. That just gives 1 wound back automatically.
But
I've
your
got
others are-
3. I've got 3 drought leaves. That gives me a +2 on the check and an extra wound healed. So that would mean if I use it, I could give you 3 wounds.
Pretty strong.
All right. If you use one of those on her, if you try to save Farah, who's dead at this particular point, but you can try to bring her out of it, you're at -6.
-6, but +2. So
Right, but I don't know what your TS is.
Yeah, my TS is 11. So,
So
11
11
minus 4.
11 -6.
Well, -4 total. Because I'm +2 with using the leaf.
Well,
Right, but
11
we
minus
take it
6
back
is
up. But we did-
5.
5 plus
It'd be
2
a 7.
7. So yeah, you're 7 or less.
Okay. 4. Well, I love 4s.
All right. He begins to work on her in the
My pencil go?
in the cave trying to treat her and get her breathing again. She's got a huge gash in her head.
Come on, damn it.
Don't you die on me.
Don't you die on me.
And Talsrit, you come struggling in finally. You take another wound, round 4, as you come stumbling into the cave,
bloody,
ripped up.
I'll pull the branch out of his back.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna make sure he gets these back. So I'm gonna use some Harwhite moss. That gives me a +2 on the check as well. 6, that'll do it. So no
So you
more
get 2 points
Harwhite
back
moss.
to Simon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you, my friend.
And Enzel and Milo took damage too, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so this is Enzil. A 5 is good. And Milo, a 4 is good.
You
I'm
heal
gonna try.
2, right?
Yeah. And I'm gonna try me again. A 1. All right.
Milo's
Right.
much happier now.
How about Aramir? Is he hurt?
He is, but only from the wound before, so I
Alright.
can't help. Yeah, he got you guys out of there, or he led you through. Dromer's happy. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
You got us out of there.
Shame we only
You
got
see,
one horse
there-
left.
2 horses, because he had one that he had the
Oh, that's
pack
right.
one that
He's
he
got
had
the
with
gold.
him, but all the other horses are gone. Yeah, you got 2 horses left. And you can see Farah is completely out of it at this particular point, but she has a raspy breathing, but she's unconscious. He's wrapped her head. And you're in this cave. You can the storm is blowing and raging outside. You almost feel like you hear a laughter in it as it continues to whip across the knoll that you're in. However, you do see that the natural cavern that you're in, at the rear of it, when of course Dromer immediately gets his lantern and starts looking around because it's a cave and he's a door, and you see that it is natural. However, in the rear you can see that there's several ancient and broken ore carts and a small step alcove that leads into another chamber further in.
I bet this was a dwarven mine.
Most likely.
If there were ever dwarves in Rovanian, you've not heard of it.
There's a lot of things we haven't heard of, though.
That's true.
But we hear a laughter in there.
No, you almost feel like
Outside.
the storm is laughing at you
Oh.
outside.
In this tornado.
Right. Soraman is sending his power against us for more things.
Man, and given what he did on the pass with that, like it gives you a sense of like, I mean, how many hundreds of miles distance did he cast that spell?
Right. On
Jesus.
Kargroth, yeah.
Yep.
The thing
God.
you took that pass.
Mm-hmm.
You had to divert from it because of a storm, but yeah, you were on that pass going over the curve.
Yeah.
The Dimriel Stair. All right. Well, you can try to make her comfortable. Armir tries to help the horses and takes off their gear and ties them up within the cave.
Drummer's gonna investigate. He's
Prop
gonna
her head up a
investigate the
little bit.
back.
Okay. You move
I'll go with
back a
Drummer.
bit. Who's going with Drummer?
I'm gonna go with Drummer.
Alsrit. Okay. There is a room that has been formed here, roughly 40 by 30, rectangular, with old stonework and mining tools, a slab bench, and old remnants of workman's sleeping gear about the area that are covered in sands and debris. To the south, a dilapidated door still hangs on rusty hinges made of wood. If you had to guess, you would say this is not dwarven make.
Of a human. Yeah, this wouldn't be rusted if this was dwarven.
They would have finished it off nice and fine. And so you're saying there's a door that goes further in?
Yeah, on the south side of the room. Yeah.
Yeah. Should we take a peek, see what's behind the door?
Are there
Game
any
view, huh?
like sconces or torches in here?
I've got a lantern.
He's got the lantern, but that's
Hmm.
all you've got currently. But of course, Inzil, I believe, can cast light if you need her to.
That's true. Yeah, I can do that. What do you want me to cast light on?
Anything
Right
you
on.
want to.
Right on Drummer's forehead, so it's like a like a
Like
GoPro.
Like a headlamp.
You can break off a piece of one of the carts and use it as a torch and just put the light on the end of it if you want to.
Okay,
it's
well,
a
whatever you
fake
decide, I
torch.
rolled a 6, so you're good.
All right. You cast it upon that. Is everyone looking to investigate this door in this room?
I'm
Sure.
staying back with Farah.
I'm curious.
Yeah. I'll go
Okay.
in.
Of course, curiosity killed the hobbit, but
All right. You stay back with the horses and with Farah. And you open the door. It moves into a hall, and the hall descends roughly 10 feet down a long stair until it ends in a heavy wood and iron door, this one shod. The door has an ancient bronze lock upon it with two horses facing each other.
Anybody make anything out of this?
I
It
don't.
means nothing. It means nothing to
Does
me.
does the design look more dwarven or more like the rider, like
He said it definitely wasn't dwarf.
No, it's
Yeah, you would think it is not dwarven, probably human. Looks like some of the Rovanian symbolage that you saw in the ancient ruined city that you were in the horse hall.
Hey Milo, could you take care of this?
What do you want me to do?
Got a padlock or a lock.
Criminal.
You can see the
9.
lock it's a fine lock, so it's -2, but of course that goes against your TS, so your TS is probably going to be,
My TS is 10.5, so
and that drops it to 8. Yeah,
8.
you've got 9 in criminal. I don't know if you do or not.
Yes, I do. And I got a 3, so that should do it, no problem.
He works on it for about 20 minutes, marveling at the ingenuity of the lock before he finally is able to dislodge it. You can hear an apparatus somewhere in the stone walls themselves give, and then the door can be opened.
I draw an arrow. I don't like, or I knock an arrow, but I don't draw the string.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and have my sword in my hand since I'm not quick.
All right.
Point the lantern down inside.
Beyond the door, a massive chamber is revealed. The interior is flanked by roughly 6-foot stone shelf path that runs along the north, south, and western walls. You're at the north wall. And old torch sconces hang dark at intervals along this path. And at the western path, that would be to your direct right, there is a small outcrop of stone flags that run 10 feet into a water-filled center of the chamber. Behind it is set into the western wall is a set of double doors with horses carved into them. To the east, which does not have these flags and is completely obscured by water, with no access other than going through the water, is another a small outcrop of flagstones set before an ornate set of bronze doors. And across the chamber, you can see there are 2 lesser doors set into the southern wall as well. And they are single doors made of wood. You
And
can
the
see
one,
the water is dark here.
the one that's to our right, the west, what is that one again?
It's
got
an
the
ornate
flags.
double door with horses carved into it.
But that one's not underwater.
It is not. Well, neither door is underwater, but one is obscured by water.
I say we try the one that's not obscured.
Would make sense.
I don't know that any of us are good swimmers.
Nope.
About as good as I can ride.
What's that under? Is that under survival or athletics?
Athletics. I think anyone can swim. It's in the Companion Volume 1. Can you see the map?
Yeah.
Mhm. Are we on the right or the left?
You're on the top.
That we came
So
in
you
that little
can-
small door.
You came into the top in that little small door.
Okay, gotcha.
So to the west, which would be, I guess, if you're looking at this, it would be to your left.
Yeah.
The horse doors. Then you can see that there's an area that probably was once there, or has either been moved down or collapsed into the water that would have led to the bronze doors on the other side. And there's two smaller doors to the south, but you can see how it runs. You seeing
Okay.
that, Stacy? You got it?
And what are the
She's
little
not-
round
she's
things
not
on the
here.
top?
She doesn't care.
Let me know if you're dead.
Are those torch sconces there on the top of the wall?
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
the door. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I figured they were, but I thought, I better ask because they're a trap or something.
Right. No, they're the torches.
Yep, let's go that way.
What is that way? I'm sorry.
The west, the one we can walk on.
With the double doors. All right.
Yeah.
You have to push in on them heavily, but they do open. They're not barred. And they open into a long hall, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, about 140 feet.
Jeez.
The dwarven lantern is able to penetrate maybe half that. You can see there are 4 doors along it, though, 2 to the right and 2 to the left, basically in the middle of it. At the end of that hall, there is another set of double doors.
Flip a coin, doors to the right, doors to the left.
Let me know which
Here
one
I
you guys
am,
want to
stuck in the
check because
middle with you.
I'm a criminal.
Let's go to the right first.
So first door on the right, that would be the north.
Okay, let me roll.
Okay.
I got a 2, so if there's any traps, there's
You do not find any. But you do see it does have a cunning bronze lock like you had seen before. This is also at -2. So you got
So,
a 8 or less.
Okay. 8 exactly.
All right. It takes you some time, probably another 20 minutes, but you're able to disengage that, hearing the same kind of mechanism as before. And the door is able to be opened. Within this room, you can see that there are several chests, and a total of 1,000 copper pieces have been placed within here, as well as 6 fine horse blankets and 3 long spears. All the spears are of fine quality and are +1 to skill, not plus anything to damage. So they're slightly magical or very well made, at least.
Look like fine riding spears. Problem we can't ride.
I will pack up a nice horse blanket though.
I was thinking the same thing.
If
nothing
you
else,
don't have horses anymore, but you
Keep-
still got the blanket.
keep me warm.
Yeah, I'll take one.
All right,
a
Mark,
hobbit.
do you check the next one?
Yeah,
Yeah, on the same side.
6.
All right. You do not detect any nefarious nature here, but it is locked like the others. You're getting used to these locks, so I'll only give you -1, so you're at straight skill on this one at 9 or less.
Okay. 7.
All right. It opens into another vault. Here you find chests with 1,000 silver coins, 2 large containers of what might have been some kind of high-end oil that is now spoiled, probably for cooking, not oil to be burned necessarily. and a skull of an enormous horned creature.
Hmm.
Some kind of, it's not toothed or anything. I mean, it doesn't have fangs or anything. You would say it's bovine in nature, but it is huge.
Or
Well, Milo's grabbing some of them silver coins.
What's some? She's shoveling it into a bag or something.
Shh.
he's like Benny trying to drag it out
Hey.
in the money.
Right. All that treasure.
Hey, I got a wife and 2 kids. I got to take care of them. I'll,
All
I'll
right.
grab 100 of the silver pieces.
Okay. You tuck them away in one of your bags or pouches or packs.
Where
And
you
then
hobbits sneak away your money.
you
All
can
over the place.
you can see their doors now on the southern wall. You can check the first one or the second one. Up to you guys.
Go the first.
Okay, Mark.
First and then the second one.
Okay. I'll use the red dice this time. That's going to be a 10. So if there's a trap, I do not find it.
Okay, then you can try to open it as the others.
I shall. 6, so I successfully open it. But if
All
there's a
right.
trap, I spring it.
All right. What's your physical save, Mark?
9.
Of course it is.
If you're gonna get me on a save, better be mental.
7. You still made it even at -2, but you'd still take a wound. You can see spears come down from above. They would have impaled you completely, but and you can see they seal the entire door almost as a portcullis would as they come down onto that as you trigger it.
Are they like iron or steel or?
Yeah, metal.
Wow. Guess we're going to the next door.
As you're nursing your poor wounded arm that you just got out of there in time.
Of course, the one door I fail on is the one that's got the trap.
You can try the next one.
All right. I got a 4 for that one. So if there's a trap, I find it. And I got a 6 for the.
There is a trap.
Oh,
That looks to be similar to the one that you triggered before.
well then the 6 would be to get rid of it because that's
Disarm
a criminal.
it, so you're able to do that. Now you can get it open.
Okay, and a 6 for the lock. So.
All right. Within, you can see that there is a set of horse barding and tack that is quite fine. There's also a roll of vellum maps.
Ooh.
And 3 mithril tipped javelins that have old runes on them.
Very cool.
Well, I couldn't use those, so.
Yeah, they're thrown, but yeah.
I mean, I guess I could use one as a small spear. But it'd be pointless.
I have
No,
thrown
not
melee.
my
I'll
stuff.
take one of those. Or thrown combat. I'll take one.
Thrown?
Or
Yeah,
we
because
could just take the
your character
mithril
is
too.
designed. You can, as you are here, as you're looking through this room and trying to decide what to do, out in the exterior area in Zil, as the storm rages outside, you can see one of the walls of the cavern shimmers.
That's not supposed to
Raggy.
happen.
Did you see that?
Well, you didn't see it, Simon. You're not there.
I thought I picked up a javelin.
You did.
Oh,
But
No,
this
we're
is
back in
this
the
is not
main
where
room.
I am.
Back. This
Oh,
is
sorry,
back at
sorry.
the entrance.
Yeah,
Simon.
back in the
Yeah.
entrance.
All right. I'm gonna cautiously go and examine it.
All right. As you do, you can see it shimmers again, and then you can see a full form of a body is
Behind it.
it comes into existence there as if projected onto the frame, the smoothness of the stone, and you can see it as Marimore, and she
Oh
says.
boy.
She says, I see you're as lovely as ever. I would do something about that but the king of Angmar wishes you intact for whatever purposes he envisions concerning your treason.
Oh, I kind of wish I wasn't intact for that. I would much rather die than let you take me away.
Oh, I suppose that could be arranged. You know my power. You know that wherever shadows lay, I can and will find you.
Really?
You should just give up and save those who seek you who seek you the trouble of having to devise crueler ways to break you than have already been laid out.
No, I don't think I will.
You will cause further suffering for those around you as well. If you leave them, perhaps you will find a place. They will find a place of some peace before the end, which is better than the fate most of those will have in these lands.
You might be right, but I don't think they're, well, I don't know if they're keen to give me up yet, but I'm not leaving until they do.
As you will, then let the doom fall on you and your fellows, as you will never see the realm of Rhun, even if all you would find there are their Easterlings nonetheless. You can see she fades away, and you feel almost a tremor ripple through this entire area. And from somewhere within the caverns where you guys are, or the crypt where you are, you can hear the sliding of doors.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna grab
Well,
all
that's no
those
good.
maps.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm grabbing all those maps, and then I'm ready to deal with what we need to deal with.
All right.
I'm looking
you can
around for a space that I can like be defended from behind. Like, is there like a nook or a corner, or how many
mean,
entrances are
you're in
coming
that
out?
you're in the treasure chamber there. It's hard to say. I mean, yeah, you can find some place in here. Armir grabs, basically hefts the barding over one shoulder like a saddle.
Tack.
You can
We have
grab
the
that.
we can
We
set
probably
the
need to get to
3
the
spears.
entrance.
Well,
So,
yeah,
so
got
you
the
guys were
spear.
like murderers of townsfolk last time, and then this time we're tomb raiders.
Yep.
Mhm.
Group is really taking a turn. It's hanging out with this Numenorian, I'm convinced. I'm
Yeah,
worried about it.
100%. It's all her.
Yep.
Kind
I'm
of
bad
straying from the
influence.
path.
I blame the Hobbit. It's all
Like,
about
I'm
his
looking at
kids.
these heroes that I thought I got to know, sing songs about, and I'm seeing them stuff in their pockets with ill-gotten loot.
Hey, I just
What the hell? What rhymes with looting?
That's an awful nice javelin you have on your back there, though.
Right, you're
Yeah.
three javelins with mithrils.
Mr.
What do you
Hypocrite.
mean?
It's shining over his shoulder.
He's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You looting bastards! How dare you take their money? As he's looking around, side-eyed everywhere.
Well, Mr. Kettle.
That's right.
Meet
Well,
Mr.
Mr.
Pot.
Hypocrite.
So you guys are in this area. You don't, I mean, nothing jumps through the door at you in this particular crypt. Inzil, what are you doing in the cave once the tremor hits and you hear action coming from further in where they all went to?
Well, I'm gonna make sure that their path isn't completely sealed off, because that would be bad.
All right, so you move up into the mine or the crafter's room basically, and can see they've left a door open there that has a long hall to another door that's open into darkness. Obviously, you'd have to cast another light because they took all the light here if you want to see anything, but those doors do not seem to be closed at this particular point. Are you guys staying in this crypt or are you moving out?
Let's get the hell out of here, guys.
Getting out.
Well, I say we carefully look out the door we came in and see, was there hordes coming down the hall at us, or?
You don't see anything in the hall at this particular moment, but the door at the far end of the hall that was closed is now open.
Let's
But we
get
don't
the
see
hell
anything
out
in
of
the
here.
hall.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Milo's ready to go.
You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
All right. Are you pushing out and going back the way you came toward the water chamber?
I think Milo is, so we have to.
Yes.
All right. You move out of the hall. You get about 10 feet into the hall, and several things begin to move at speed, flying from the far end of the hall that was just opened, and they are moving down there. Did you say you were casting a light, Inzil?
Do I know if I cast another light, if it would take away from them?
It will not.
Okay. Yeah,
You
I'll
can
cast
do
a light then.
as long as you have CCV to maintain it, you're fine.
5, so I make it.
You bring a light into existence, I assume in your palm or something like that. I don't know where you're and it
I don't
shines.
even pull out my sword and do it on my sword.
Okay. The sword glows. You do one of these in front of you toward the hall, the dark hall leading down, where you can hear a splashing of water, and you can see in the hall itself, moving through the door, are skeletal figures with blades dripping with dark water. You're
Ew,
moving
cool.
the hall.
Oh, through that other door that was submerged. Coming from
You don't
there?
know where these things came
They
from.
probably
and they're-
come out of the water down there.
right,
now.
and they're moving up
Mm.
toward where she is, and her light glimmers off of them.
Am I feeling the black darkness coming from these flying things?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
All
So
right.
Can we? Is it a nit or?
Well, because we got late start today, it's almost 6:50. Well, 6:50 here, so that's 9:50 where most of you guys are. Do you want to pause this battle and start it next time, assuming everyone can be here next week? Because that will be our last time playing for December. Because then Joe switches to days, and then it's Christmas, and then we'll probably start again in Jan after Stacy's back as well from her convention.
Yeah,
But I guess that's up to Simon.
As far as I know, I'm good.
Until your wife springs, though. We've got a party with friends. That's it. It might happen.
No, I'm there's nothing on the calendar. That wasn't a spring, it was a plan.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, no, I it looks like I'm good.
Okay. Everybody good
Well-
then?
Yeah.
Yep.
So what con are you doing, Stacy?
It's Anime Los Angeles. It's not in
Nice.
Los Angeles anymore.
But that's got to be huge.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. It's getting a lot bigger. But I'm on staff for the cosplay contest.
Nice.
So yeah,
Very
got
cool.
that in January.
Very cool.